Welcome to the Bakersfield City Council meeting. This television broadcast is brought to you by the local cable companies, the County of Kern, and the City of Bakersfield. You can watch the rebroadcast of this meeting Saturday at 7 p.m., Sunday at 10 a.m., and the following Wednesday at 7 p.m. You can download the agenda for this meeting at www.bakersfieldcity.us. Presiding over this evening's meeting, the Honorable Mayor Karen K. Go.
Good evening. It's my pleasure to call to order the 5:15 regular City Council meeting of November 19th, 2025. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Mayor Go.
Here.
Vice Mayor Core.
Here.
Councilmember Arias.
Here.
Councilmember Gonzalez.
Here.
Councilmember Weir. Councilmember Smith.
I'm here.
Councilmember Coman.
Here.
Councilmember Bashir Tosh.
Here.
Thank you. Tonight we have the pleasure of having Father Daniel from the St. Damiana Coptic Orthodox Church, who is going to offer the invocation. Thank you so much for sponsoring that beautiful Coptic festival where so many people were impacted. It was a wonderful celebration. And then following the invocation, Seth Hewitt, who is a fellow with the Bakersfield Fire Department, will lead us in the pledge. Seth is currently pursuing his master's degree in public administration at the USC Price School of Public Policy. Right on, my friend. He's the only member of his academic cohort to pursue two tracks at the same time, city county management and public policy. He's president-elect of Kern Kiwanis and the youngest member in the entire region. He's also a Sunday school teacher at Olive Knolls International Humanitarian Work, mainly working in Uganda. He founded a nonprofit known as Love 77, which pairs Bakersfield professionals, students, and missionaries to serve the hard-to-reach populations internationally and also right here in our backyard. After completing his MPA, he plans to return and serve our community and maybe sit right up here one of these days as a council member. So at this time, would you all please stand? Father.
I am so happy to be here. The first time I came to Bakersfield on April 1997. I love Bakersfield. And I will start with the prayer. Dear God, we thank you for giving us this opportunity to be here and to serve the community. You are the fountain of wisdom. Grant wisdom to those who serve this council. Grant them discernment. Grant them integrity. And grant them humility. You are the King of Peace. Fill our hearts, our homes, and our city with your peace. Grant us justice and grant us unity. O giver of every good thing, grant us prosperity and guard us from all harms, and strengthen us to walk in righteousness and to love one another. Bless the city of Bakersfield. Bless United States of America. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Father.
Thank you all for being here. I'd invite you to continue standing. Let us all face the flag. Ready? Salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you very much. You may be seated.
Thank you so much, Seth. And Father, thank you. Would you like to introduce your guest before you leave? You're welcome to do that.
I have with me Mr. Joseph. Mr. Joseph is working here also for the county, and he is one of the members of our church. Our church is expanding. We started with few families but now we have about 700 members in the church, and we are honored to have the mayor with us in the last festival, and we received about 1,500 people from our neighbors from the community, and we give them a tour in the church and to tell them about the history of the Coptic Orthodox Church. I'm so happy. I'm honored to be here. This is the next time for me to be here. I came about 15 years ago. Thank
Thank you
sir.
so much, Father
Thank you.
Daniel, and just thank you very much. And Seth, if you need to leave, we certainly understand that at this time. And for those of you who missed the Coptic Festival, put it on your calendar next year. Delicious liver. It was good. And many other things to choose from if you don't like liver. Here are a few guidelines to help our meeting run smoothly. We request that you turn off your phones. Please be courteous in the use of cameras and videos for safety reasons, and as a courtesy to others, no signs are allowed in the council chamber or in the lobby. Applause is allowed during the presentations portion of the meeting, but not during other portions of the meeting. Everyone in attendance is expected to adhere to the rules of decorum established by resolution of the City Council. Failure to abide by the city's rules of decorum, including any disruptive behavior that interferes with our ability to have an orderly and efficient meeting, prevents the City Council from conducting the business of the city. Consider this a first warning to everyone in attendance that conduct that disrupts the meeting may result in expulsion and/or the chambers being cleared. Behavior that disrupts the meeting includes repetitive statements, shouting, hate speech, interrupting staff or presenters during the meeting, speaking out of turn, and outbursts from the audience. In keeping with Council's resolution, public statements are received at different times. Depending on the item, I'll call on the city clerk to call for public statements. If you wish to make a public statement, please fill out a public speaker card and place it in the tray next to the speaker's podium. We ask that you mark whether you're here to speak on an item listed on today's agenda or in a matter not on the agenda. Speakers who do not identify a specific agenda item will be presumed speakers for the non-agenda public statements. If you're here to speak on an item not listed on the meeting agenda, you'll be called first to speak. Statements are given a 2-minute time limit per speaker, 20 minutes total for all non-agenda item public statements. If you're here to speak on an item listed on the agenda, I'll call for you at the appropriate time. If public statements become disruptive and I have to clear the chambers to regain order of the meeting, you'll be called in one at a time to provide your public statement when your item is called. Madam Clerk, do we have any public speakers regarding items not listed on the agenda?
Mayor Go, we've received 3 speaker cards regarding items not listed on tonight's agenda. The first public speaker is Troy Hightower.
Thank you. Welcome. Please introduce yourself. And would you lower the mic too, please? Thank you.
Good evening, Mayor Go, Vice Mayor, council members, staff. My name is Troy Hightower, and I'm here to give an update on my efforts to further the economic opportunities at the Bakersfield Municipal Airport. I prepared a feasibility study back in October of last year. I don't know if this is working or not, but that was an initial effort to look at what the opportunities are at the airport. I've been flying small airplanes for 50 years, and I've worked at 7 airports. And I don't think that people understand the difference between a general aviation airport and the passenger airport at Meadows Field. The general aviation airports are typically smaller, and they're really an industrial park with a runway. And so, in my opinion, we're missing a lot of opportunities with the airport to bring in more business. If you look at other small general aviation airports, they have lots of small manufacturing. These are companies that make things like maybe seats for airplanes, and goes on and on. So I originally proposed this, and I had requested to lease a small space that's available in the little tower at the airport. This was going on a couple years ago now. But I was informed it needed rehabilitation. And so it's since been rehabilitated, so I want to repeat that request to lease that space. But more importantly, I have good news. So we received a grant to do planning for an airport energy system, and I'd like to develop that project at the airport so that we could develop and manufacture energy-related equipment at the airport and sell those to other airports. With that, thank you very much, and happy holidays to you all.
Thank you, Mr. Hightower. Thank you for your efforts. Next speaker, please.
Mayor, if I may.
Councilmember.
Thank you, Mayor. First, just want to say congratulations to Mr. Hightower for being a recipient, one of the many recipients from the Catalyst phase of funding for California Jobs First. So kudos to you on that significant achievement. I share your thoughts that there is certainly opportunity for us to do more with our municipal airport for the benefit of the public. It is prohibited that we do away with the airport. We must keep the airport here in the city of Bakersfield, and there are certainly opportunities for us to do more from an economic development standpoint. I've since met with staff who have informed me that there are actually parcels on that property that are available to do some good work there, and so would love to ask for us as for staff to convene a meeting with Mr. Hightower so that we can further discuss the opportunities there. Thank you.
Thank you. Madam Clerk, next speaker, please.
Freddie Miranda.
Welcome. Please introduce yourself.
Hello. Good evening, council members. My name is Jose Miranda, but I go by Freddie. Do I start now? Okay. I am a resident here at Bakersfield and a disabled Marine Corps veteran, a hospital chaplain, a graduate of CSUB with a BA in Religious Studies, and a Master's of Social Work student at USC. A few months ago, I published an article in the Bakersfield, California, discussing how faith communities in Kern County respond to grief and trauma. I wrote about how small congregations act as lifelines in neighborhoods where families often feel forgotten or disconnected from formal systems. That article sparked conversations with local clergy, veterans, and community members who all said the same thing: we need support. Tonight, I'm taking the next step from writing about this issue to advocating for a practical solution. Through my chaplaincy work in emergency room, ICU, and prison units in Adventist Health Hospital, and my service at the Bakersfield Vet Center and Portrait of a Warrior Gallery, I've seen how families seek help, and I've learned it's simple. Before someone reaches a therapist, a hospital, or crisis line, they often reach a pastor, a chaplain, or a trusted faith leader. But these leaders often navigate intense crisis, suicide risk, domestic violence, and moral injury, grief, without trauma-informed training or coordinated support from public agencies. That's why I'm advocating for a faith and wellness partnership initiative for the city of Bakersfield. The initiative will be 1, train clergy and volunteers in trauma-informed culturally response care. 2, offer mini grants to congregations providing grief groups, youth mentorship for veterans, circle foods, programs, and crisis support spaces. 3, establish a city liaison, coordinate referrals and collaboration between congregations and public systems. This is not about bringing religion into government. This is about supporting the places where people already go for help. As a Marine veteran, I believe no one to leave behind. As a chaplain, I believe in healing the community. As a social worker student, I believe in prevention and evidence-based solutions. Publishing my opt was the first step. Being here tonight is my next step. I'm committed to helping Bakersfield strengthen its trauma-informed, community-based support systems for our residents. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Mr. Miranda, and thank you for your service to our country.
Thank you.
Nick,
This is actually for
you
Mr.
can just leave that right there in that
Andre
tray.
Gonzalez. That's for him. And the rest for the rest of the council members, please. But the pink one is for him. Thank you, Mr. Gonzalez. Thank you, everybody. Have a good night.
Madam Clerk, next speaker, please.
Keith Wesley.
My blood pressure going up. My name is Keith Wesley Nettleton. I'm a doctor of divinity.
Mr. Wesley, can you pull these mic a
I'm
little
sorry.
closer? Thank you.
I'm Keith Wesley Nettleton. I'm a doctor of divinity. My family, my father was German. He financed a Korean War, and he worked for Carnation Company for years, and he volunteered for the Boy Scouts for long, over 50 years. And he passed about 7-8 years ago, my only friend. I have no family, basically. I live in Bakersfield. I lived in Bakersfield since I was 12, and I hitchhiked to Canada. I went to Mexico when I was 3 years old, and I kept on wanting to give pennies to the people that would wash the windows. I say, if I were a policeman, I'd carry a $20 bill in my pocket, and I saw somebody laying on the ground with nothing on, I'd give it to him. But that's neither here nor there. So I'm blind when I talk to people. I see you, but I have 3 minutes, I suppose. And
You have 2 minutes.
I wanted to get into the speech beyond the White House. I think the White House is a bay of pigs. Kennedy, the jet set, and the 16 years of bad luck with Clinton and Obama. I see a person named Pamela Joe Bundy. I see her as running for president. I think she'd make an excellent president. She caught everybody, you know. She caught Trump. He's going to prison. He won't have $1 million when he gets out. He'll never get out. Maybe he will. I took part in the first resurrection. And the first resurrection, I died on an operating table. And they pumped, I think the body holds about 9 pints of blood. They gave me 16 pints of blood
Mr.
plus
Wesley,
caplets.
your time is up. Can you just conclude it with one more sentence?
I want to say thank you to all my friends. And I do have enemies that are trying to kill me today, but I'm smarter than they are. So thank you.
Thank you
Mayor,
for speaking.
Karen, go. I shook both your hands during the I never caught COVID.
Thank you, sir. Next speaker, please.
Tanbir Brar.
Welcome. Please introduce yourself.
Good evening, councils. My name is Tanbir. I'm here today for a serious matter of a city department, city Bakersfield department, using a government offices and using a government computer and telecommunication for personal gain. And using for personal reason, which is a violation of a federal law. I mean to say, you are in the violation of a federal law. I have a multiple evidence to show this act, which is committed by your department since a long time. They are keep going and doing these kind of things almost since last November 2024. Actually, when after my injury, after a year, when I start proceeding for my process, and your department start, doing these kind of things. I have multiple evidence like this email, which added a signature by department of, do you have a service just for, right? For Bakersfield Police Department. They added a logo and MCCI. And I have a printout for patent and trademark department. So this is not the proper logo, whatever they added into the signature. And there is a reason behind adding this logo, whatever they did. So after my injury, when I start my process, they comes up with the new way to re-victimize me when I start proceeding against them for whatever they misconduct against me in the year 2020 and 2021. So let me tell you, first let me introduce you myself about, I was also trying to speak on this matter last week, I think on November 5, 2025.
Mr. Brar,
Yeah.
your time is up. So you can just do one more sentence, please.
Yeah. So there was a agenda about 10B, right? So everyone was talking about a river, but only Manpreet Kaur saying they are front river water, something like this.
Mr. Brar, your time is up. So that will be the end of this statement today.
Okay, so I just want to say, just because of your
Mr.
local
Brar?
department, Dodge is the need to shut down in emergency.
Mr. Brar,
Yeah.
your time is up. Please sit
Okay.
down. Thank you.
But please figure
Mr.
out
Brar?
about your departments.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next speaker, please.
Mayor Go, this was our final public speaker for non-agenda items.
Thank you. We'll move now to the public statements listed on the agenda. Here to speak on items listed under the consent calendar, item 7. Your time to speak is now. Again, each speaker is given a 2-minute time limit, and each agenda item is limited to 20 minutes total. The consent calendar as a whole constitutes one agenda item. If you're here to speak on consent calendar public hearing items 8B or public hearing item 9A, now is not the time to speak. You'll be given an opportunity to speak when items are called later in the meeting. Madam Clerk, do we have any public speakers regarding items listed under consent calendar item 7?
Mayor Go, we've received one speaker card regarding item 7 from Kathy Kozlowski regarding 7E10.
My name is Kathy Kozlowski, and I live on Bergamo Drive, which is immediately off Hageman Drive. And I just heard on the news about the Tortuga Bay development that is being planned for Hageman and Mohawk. And that will really impact where I live because I'm about 4 houses off of Hageman. And as it is now, when I turn on Hageman during rush hour between, say, 7 and 8:30, and then between, say, 3:30 and 5, it is really difficult to turn left from Mohawk or Hageman onto Mohawk, and then the other way around to turn from Mohawk onto Hageman. Traffic is backed up really bad. I can just imagine what it will be if this huge development is built. Hageman and Mohawk are not built wide enough for its huge development. And as neighbors, we weren't told anything. We just heard it on the news. So if you can really look closely at this development before passing it through, I would really appreciate it. And so do all of the neighbors in the San Loren neighborhood. It's a large empty field, and San Loren School is right there, and 2 senior facilities, and it will really impact our neighborhood. So thank you very much.
Thank you for speaking. Colleagues, does anybody wish to recuse themselves? There's been a request for by Councilmember Coleman earlier to pull this item. So we're going to pull that separately for separate consideration. Do you want to wait until that time? Yeah, this very item. So I don't see any other requests to be pulled. 7E10. 7E10.
Motion to approve items 7A through 7I for approval with the exception of 7E10.
Mayor Go, may I announce the item, please?
Yes, please.
Consent calendar items 7A through 7I for approval. A staff memorandum was provided regarding item 7C2.2, requesting the item be pulled. An additional staff memorandum was also received regarding item 7F3, correcting the not-to-exceed amount to $183,367.30.
Thank you. So, Vice Mayor, your motion would reflect what's just been read. You have a motion. Please cast your votes.
Motion was approved with Councilmember Weir absent.
Thank you. And now, Councilmember Coleman, 7E10.
Thank you, Mayor. I just wanted to talk to staff and it appears that there's some public confusion about what we're doing on this particular item. There's been some press that indicated that we were approving a water park. So I just wanted to be clear, and I wanted to talk to Mr. Burns about this issue that, A, we're not approving a water park at this time.
Mr. Burns?
Councilmember Coleman, no, we are not approving a water park at this time.
And there will be an opportunity at a later date for people, where there'll be a public hearing, and people will have opportunities to talk about that particular item, correct?
Correct. This will come back to the Planning Commission, would be the next stage, and there would be a public hearing at that point.
Okay. And then I wanted to also clarify the issue of the $263,000. Can you talk a little bit more about that and how that works exactly?
Yes, anytime a project comes to the city that requires an environmental impact report, the staff goes out and solicits bids for that particular project. And this is actually a pass-through. So it is there's 3 items in front of you tonight. There is a reimbursement agreement, which is the first item. And I can say for this one, we have already received the check for the amount for the CIR. So it's a city reimbursement agreement, an appropriation development services budget to actually pay the bills, and then the agreement with the company to actually perform the environmental impact report, which is paid by the developer through the city's contract. So it's an independent environmental impact report.
So in layman's terms, the developer's paying for the EIR. We're not paying for the EIR.
Correct. Not only that, they're paying staff's time too.
Okay. Thank you. I think it was important that we clarify that, because it's been talked about by, people have been posting things on Facebook and other places, and so I've been getting a lot of calls about it. So thank you for clarifying that. I have no further questions. I'm ready to make a motion if Mr. Smith has any other comments.
Councilmember Smith?
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Mr. Coleman. Yeah, I just wanted to reinforce the comment was made by the constituent that we look at it closely, and that's really what the EIR does, is it looks at traffic noise, all those things that would affect the community. And about what timing are you thinking before it comes back to Planning Commission?
I would expect at least 6 months, 6 to 9 months before it comes out to Planning Commission.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Councilmember Smith. And you have a motion that Councilmember Coleman made. Please cast your votes.
Motion is approved with Councilmember Weir absent.
Thank you. Madam Clerk, next item, please.
Consent calendar public hearings items 8A through 8B for approval.
Thank you. It's time for the consent calendar hearings. The purpose of this section is to vote on all the items listed under consent calendar hearings in one motion without further comment. If anyone would like to speak on any of the hearing items listed, the item must be removed from this portion of the agenda. If an item is removed, it will be placed at the end of the regular public hearings portion of the meeting. At this time, I'll open consent calendar public hearing items 8A through B. Is there anyone in the audience who would like to request that a hearing item be removed from the consent calendar? If so, please come forward. This isn't the time to take testimony, only to remove the matter from consent calendar. Seeing none, is there anyone on council who wishes to remove an item? Seeing none. At this time, consent calendar public hearing items 8A through B is closed. Vice Mayor?
Motion to adopt the consent calendar public hearing 8A and public appeal hearing 8B.
Thank you. You have a motion. Please cast your votes.
I'm sorry, just to be clear, we're not approving 8B, we're referring it back to staff. That's the motion.
That is correct, Council Member.
Thank you.
Motion is approved with Councilmember Weir absent.
Thank you. Next item, please.
Public hearings.
So, Madam Clerk, would you like to clarify what's being asked on this? And then if nobody wants to speak, I'll move on after I open it.
Public appeal hearing to consider Planning Commission's approval of the General Plan Amendment number 21-0424, Williamson Act cancellation number 25-0001, exclusion from Agricultural Preserve number 10 and its proposed mitigated negative declaration, Next Gen Engineering Group, Inc., representing OR Development 2 LLCs, proposing a general plan amendment, Williamson Act cancellation, number 25-0001, and exclusion from Agricultural Preserve number 10 on approximately 28.91 acres generally located on the north side of McCutcheon Road at Mountain Vista Road, Ward 5. 1, resolution adopting a general plan amendment to change land use designation from R 1A, resource intensive agriculture, to LMR. 2, resolution adopting the tentative cancellation of a Williamson Act land use contract, an exclusion of 28.91 acres from the boundaries of an agricultural preserve. And 3, resolution adopting a mitigated negative declaration pursuant to the California Environmental Quality Act, CEQA. Lazo Drury, LLP, on behalf of Supporters Alliance for Environmental Responsibility, submitted an appeal to the Planning Commission's approval of the request. A staff memorandum was provided requesting the item be referred back to staff.
So at this time, hearing item 9A is open. As you've heard, there's been a recommendation with a blue memo for staff for this item to be returned in order to address comments submitted by the appellant yesterday. While the public can still make comment today, we encourage you to wait until the item is renoticed to a later date. Is there anyone who would like to speak in opposition to staff's recommendation? Seeing none, is there anyone who would like to speak in support of staff's recommendation? Seeing none, I'll close the public hearing and return it to our council for renotification. Councilmember Coleman, or you'd make a motion to refer item 9A to staff and renotice it to a later date.
Thank you, Mayor. I'll make a motion to do that.
You have a motion. Please cast your votes.
Motion is approved with Councilmember Weir absent.
Thank you. Madam Clerk, next item, please.
Council and Mayor statements.
Councilmember Gonzalez.
Thank you, Mayor and colleagues. Last weekend we experienced the first major storm of the season, which is great, but obviously a lot of water at the same time causes some issues in the city, and I just want to thank Bakersfield Police Department, I want to thank the Fire Department, and I want to thank Public Works for responding to the various issues throughout our city on the wet weekend. I also want to lift up that, it's during these storms that it really does highlight the significant issues related to our storm drainage system in downtown Bakersfield and some of our more historic neighborhoods where flooding does exist. And so I'm very thankful that over the last few years we've been able to invest in key intersections and areas of downtown, but obviously there's still more to do. And I'd like to make a referral tonight that Public Works begin developing a list for all of the calls for service related to flooding in the urban core or throughout the city for that matter, and on a periodic basis provide that report to the City Council so that we can begin planning in future years for upgrades related to our storm drainage. Number two, I received a request from property owners along Highway 58 in southeast Bakersfield related to the sign ordinance. Apparently, there's some inconsistency between our sign ordinance and the sign ordinance of the county, and that really provides a disincentive for property owners or businesses to come in and invest within the city of Bakersfield as opposed to in the county pockets along the 58. And so I'd like staff to review our policy related to the sign ordinance on the 58 east of 99 and bring back a revision to the city council that mirrors the ordinance or policy at the county. And then finally, I'd like us to receive at the city council level an update on our vacant property ordinance to see how many properties in downtown and Old Town have registered, what the response has been, and also I'd like to get an update on where we are on the next iteration of the sign ordinance, the vacant property ordinance, so that we can really continue to get a handle on some of these most problematic properties in downtown Bakersfield and in Old Town Kern that just continue to fall apart, continue to get broken into, catch fire, and as a result, it brings down the rest of the neighborhood. And so I really think the city needs to continue to be assertive and really respond to these issues before they become major problems for the surrounding neighborhood. Thank you so much. Good night.
Thank you, Councilmember Gonzalez. Councilmember Smith.
Thank you, Mayor. I just had a couple items. We received a letter from the Sierra Club regarding trimming and planting of trees, and they throw out a number of 657 trees had been removed during this 3 or 4 month period. And I think our policy is to replace every tree that we remove, and we're just waiting for the right time of year to replace them. Is that a correct assumption?
That is a correct general assumption. I can't speak to each of the 600, but yes, that is our policy.
Okay. And then the other thing they bring up is how often we trim trees, and they talk about the city of Fresno doing it every 10 years and what our cycle is. And are we looking at doing something different, or what is our present policy?
Yeah, thank you, Councilmember Smith. We are looking at a revision to our frequency on tree trimming as a recommendation, that's come out of the tree advisory group. And actually, I'm glad, you brought up these questions, because it was a few months back that we had reported that we would very soon be having, an update on the outcome of the tree advisory group. We've had some other closed session topics and other topics on the 330 that's kind of bumped that out a little bit. But in early 26, we'll have an update on 4 different categories of topics that our staff has worked through with the tree advisory group, including the frequency of trimming.
I appreciate that. Thank you. And the other item, I just want to talk about an update on our gel bed issue that we continue to work on. The task force, myself and Councilmember Basher Tash attend. And we also had a meeting with presiding Judge Lua last week, and the outcome is that there is a path, and he believes that there is a path, and we're working towards that without any help from the sheriff of the county at this point. But it is a problem that needs to be solved, and we will continue to work on it. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilmember Smith. I don't see any other requests. So with that, we stand adjourned at 5:55. Happy Thanksgiving, and have a wonderful time with your family and friends.